Hello. Hi, everyone. Good evening. Happy Sunday. Is this last Sunday in April? Happy Sunday, Sha. How are we doing? How are you doing? Come on, come on, come on. Sorry for coming 4 minutes late. So sorry about that. We needed to sort some things out backstage. But we are here. We are here. Who is joining? Who is here from YouTube, from Facebook? Drop your comments. Let me know who is here with me. Of course, I know I'm not alone. Let me know who is here. Who is here? I'm excited for tonight because it's another session, another time to learn. Another episode of. I was going to say honest conversations with Tina as a favor. It's another time with the Essence Pre-Conference speakers. We're going to be having an amazing time. The person that I am bringing on today, I told you in the post that I made earlier, he's somebody that you want to listen to, like get ready to laugh and learn at the same time. I have brought him on my platform some time ago, and my audience at the time, they could not have enough of him. So I'm having the amazing, the talented, the compassionate, the funny and fun, the human, the humane, hey Jesus, one person, founder of Happy Vibe Services. I'm talking about Choo Choo. That's what we call him. Choo Choo of Happy Vibes. He is everywhere he goes. He just shares happy vibes here and there, everywhere, everywhere. I'll be bringing him on shortly. Before I do that, I want to see who is here. Ugochi Favor, I see you. Good evening. Good to have you here. Ladan, is this your first time joining? I've not seen your name before. Good to have you. Mercy, good evening. It's good to have you on here. Who else is here? As you're joining, please drop a comment. I'll give it so that I will give you a shout out. Sometimes when I have a lot to say, I just start to stutter. Hi, Favor. It's good to have you here. I know your name. Your name is familiar. Good to have you. So as you're joining, also drop your comments. Before I bring our guest tonight, I want to remind you that sales of tickets for the Essence Conference Lagos is already on. We're already selling tickets and people have started getting their tickets. So if you have not entered this boat, oh my good Lord, you are going to be missing out on a lot. Tomorrow, we will unveil our website. Yes. And, you get to know the people that we have lined up to share from their wealth of knowledge with you. Like, even one person, even if it's one person that you saw, they are more than enough to pay 100,000 to be in their session. But we are bringing 5 powerhouses to share, their knowledge, their experience with you. After this conference, you come back to give me, I won't say tithe because I'm not good, but you give me something for hosting this conference. So before I bring our speaker on, we have 3 tickets, okay, available for now. We have 3 tickets. The first one is the premium ticket, which is 10,000 naira, still 10,000 naira. Once it is 1st of May, it gets to 15,000 naira. So if you want to get in now on the early bird offer, you have to get in now, all right? Full access to the conference sessions and keynote presentations in person, networking opportunities, free conference materials, a free copy of my book, Dear Young One, which will be launched on that day. And then you'll be getting access to event recordings. Okay, all this for 10,000 naira. The book alone is 10,000 naira. So another thing you are getting is just free of charge for you. So this is a steal. Get it now that you can. The second ticket that we have is actually for the Essence Bootcamp. Okay, it is an exclusive training with Mr. Chukwuma Gemdeconq and I. For a whole day, we are going to hold you by the hand and help you move from point A to possibly point Z. If you are having issues, knowing what exactly you want to do or where you have to channel your energy will help you discover what it is that is your essence and how exactly to profit from it. If you know Mr. Gochukwu, you know that he does not joke. Like he can keep you seated for 7 hours. Nobody is standing or nobody is drinking anything, just there training. Right? But because I'm there, I'll add a little bit of vibes to it. So get ready. Mr. Gochuku and I will be your trainers for the exclusive Essence Boot Camp on the 2nd of June. Okay. And what is the ticket fee? He was asking me yesterday, Chinaza, how much is this ticket again for this training? I said, size 50,000, 45,000 early bird. He said, Chinaza, you are bringing me and you're charging this little. I said, yes, I just want to help these people. I said, okay, now. Okay. Oh. So, guys, this is a steal. 45,000 naira now. By the 1st of May, it becomes 50,000 naira. Okay. Then, if you're a group of 5 and above, you can pay 10% off your registration fee. Okay. If you are 5 people and above, just send us a message via our social media handles or send us an email, maybe etiquette.essence@gmail.com or essence@chinazafevo.com, and we'll attend to you. Just tell us how many people you are, which tickets you're going for, and they will give you discount of 10% off your total registration fee. And everybody gets the full benefit of what they are paying for. Okay. So where exactly do you make this payment into? Pay into the details showing on your screen here, the account number there, the bank, the name, Gemspert Solutions. If you send to another bank, see, so that you'll not come and drag us on social media. Okay, so please check that you're sending it to the right account number. Send proof of payment to tickets.essence@gmail.com. Some of you have been sending messages to ticketessence@gmail.com. That dot is important to differentiate the names. Tickets.essence@gmail.com, and then we'll attend to you. Okay, that is just about it for the tickets for now. Who are we having? Let me put on this ticker. There we go. Who are we having tonight? We are having Chukwuma Gemdeconq Eze. I remember the first time I met him, it was at an event hosted by my friend. I saw that name. I could not pronounce it. I was like, what kind of name is this? What kind of name is this? I don't even bother. I just called Chukwuma Eze, until he now told me he will come and tell us why that name is that, why he chose that name, and tell us how to pronounce it. Yeah. But he's an amazing human being. Like, away from what he does online, I've been privileged to know him up close to some extent. And this is a human being at heart. I am so honored and so privileged to be acquainted with him. So without further ado, let me introduce our speaker. All right. I asked him for his bio earlier. He told me, my name is Chukwuma Eze. Omoma call me Ogbuefichu, and I sell happiness. But I'll read his professional bio for you. Okay, Chukwuma is an innovative, charismatic, and outspoken entrepreneur who has proven his business prowess in very difficult situations. He started out in business as an apprentice in the Igbo apprenticeship hey Chinaza, system, popular in the southeastern part of Nigeria. He served a building materials trader in Onisha for 5 years and has been making his way from the ground up with small yet innovative business ideas in his immediate environment after his independence. Today, he's the founder and CEO, I love this part, of Happy Vibe Services, a a wellness technology company that renders elating and clarifying services via voice calls and social media platforms. He's also the founder of Vexit, and Afro Optimism. Who heard about the Afro Optimism event that happened? Was it in February? It was in February. It was the talk of the town. I could not attend for some reason, but it was beautiful to see. So that was Afro Optimism, brand dedicated to fostering the mental health and the mental health awareness of Africans in Africa and in the diaspora. He's an avid learner who believes in the transformative power of education. He is the leader of the Orange Tribe, a community of over 1,000 youths, 130,000 youths across Nigeria and Africa. He also volunteers. I like this part too. He also volunteers and is a part of the communications team at Chess in Slums, Africa. Did you hear about Chess in Slums? That happened, not happened, that is happening right now. Tunde Onakoya, that did that broke the Guinness World Record for longest time played in chess. He is a volunteer he's part of the community. I love that initiative. It's an NGO that uses the game of chess as a tool to reach out to and transform the lives of vulnerable children in slum communities across Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, who is excited? You know how we do it now. I don't have to be saying it all the time. Who is excited? If you're excited for us to have our guest tonight, one thing I love about Chuchu is the way he's very Anambrarian. He's very Anambra. He's a correct Anambra guy. And I've met so many people, but the way he calls me Nne or Nwa, God, it feels too good. So, ladies and gentlemen, you're about to hear from one of the most authentic human beings I know. Are you excited? Set the comment section on fire. That's how we do it. Set the comment section on fire. Let us go. Let us go. Hello.
Hi, hi, Chinaza. I was backstage and I'm like, this woman wants to put me in trouble. These people will now start thinking I am one, you know what I'm saying? Ladies and gentlemen, it's nice to be here, Naza. It's been a while. It's been a while that we've been on a show together like this. It's been quite a
Yes.
while, yeah.
A long
So good
while,
to be
yeah.
here. Hello, everyone. So good to be here. My name is Chukwuma Eze. I gave her a fake bio before. But Omo call me Ogwefichu, you know. But we are here. We're gonna have such a good time, ladies and gentlemen. Nice to be here,
Yes,
Chinasa. Thank you
yes,
for inviting me.
yes. Thank you so much for honoring my invitation. I'm a big admirer of yours. What you do with Happy Vibe, what you do with Alpha Optimism. You're one of the you're one person I know that has a very similar vision for mental health, as far as mental health is concerned in Nigeria and Africa. You know, and you not only have the vision, you're at every point in time you are championing causes, dedicated to helping people achieve more wholeness in their mental health. It's really admirable. Thank you very much. Thank you.
My pleasure.
I see your comments. Yes, you're excited. You're excited. So for the sake of my audience who do not understand your name and how it came about, please, that gem, please explain it to us. How did you get that name?
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I the story. My story is the story of the regular Nigerian. Most Nigerians, we don't come from a lot of money. We come from a lot. We come from the ground up. So a couple of years back, I was in Onitsha. I was doing what we call Igbo boy. Igbo people here will understand, but the Igbo apprenticeship system. And it's a system where you have to leave your family, go live with someone else, and serve them for 6 years. They basically own you. They basically you become part of their family and part of their business for 6 years. And sometimes it's not sometimes, most times, it's not a bed of roses having to leave your family to go work
Yes.
elsewhere for the next 6, 7 years. And it was tough for me as well. But one thing I've been able to develop from my childhood and something that has kept me going in life is that can do attitude, that attitude of I will do it, I will conquer, I will persevere, I will win. So as I was going through the tough times, I think it was in the third year of my servitude, I said, I am a conqueror. I'm more than a conqueror through Christ who strengthens me. I'm a conqueror. We're more than conquerors. And you know what? My friends at that point, my nickname was Gem. So the Conqueror. I believe I started calling myself the Conqueror, Gem the Conqueror. So that's how I now rebranded it to Gem the Conqueror. But a lot of people abuse that name, including you, Chinaza. You abuse my name. People call it Gem the Cock. Some people Gem the Cook. What of Gem the Fanta? You know, some people call it Many
You
Bandicon
can't
or
blame
whatever.
us. You can't blame us.
It's a weird name, anyways. It's a weird name. So some people think it's a Portuguese name. Some people think it's my real name, but it's actually a coupling of some words together. So Gem the Conk, yeah. And I believe that the people watching are also conquerors, and you will win. This Tinubu economy Sapa cannot win you. You will conquer Sapa. Somebody shout hallelujah
Absolutely.
in the comment section.
Hallelujah. 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 This person seems to know you very well. Chuchu Mwa. Abi Chuchu
Francesca.
Mwa.
Yeah, she's my
Okay,
Facebook
now.
friend.
Okay. Let's get on to the conversation proper. So the first question is essence. This is the same question I ask every person that has come on this show, but their responses have been very interesting. Sometimes very different. Like the person I brought on two sessions ago, his insights were so different from even what I, Chinaza, thought essence was. It was really, really interesting how we all look at the same thing, but we see different things. So I really want to hear from you. When you hear the word essence, what comes to your mind?
Um, Thank you for setting the stage and letting me know many people have described essence in their own way. So most likely I'm going to also describe essence in my own way. So from
Yeah.
my own perspective, when I hear the word essence, what I think about is, you know, the substance, the the meat and potatoes, if idiomatically, but the thing that makes a thing, that thing, the essence, the reason, the substance, the why, the it of something. What is your
Yeah.
essence? What is the reason? What is the substance? What is the backbone of this? What is the nitty gritty of this thing? So that's how I see. If you ask me the word essence, then it can now be applied to different scenarios. What is the essence of your calling? What is the essence of your life? What is the essence of your purpose? What is the essence of your work? What is the essence? But for me, essence, the word is the the thing that makes the thing that the value, the reason and the why of anything. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for that. And before I ask another question, I'd really love to ask this one. It's not any question that I sent to you, but it has, over the course of the conversation so far, become a part of the questions that I ask. So, have you always, because I see you, man, you're bold, you're audacious, you're very audacious. And you're very tall. One of the guys that, one of the very few people in this world trust me. I admire that about you, Sha. At least
Thank
if
you
I
so
get to
much.
hug you, I'll have somewhere
Yeah,
to rest my head.
wonderful. Everybody see this beautiful woman, or this woman that has millions of fans all over the world. She wants to bust my head on this call. It's an ambush. It's an ambush. But you are absolutely beautiful, tall, beautiful woman as well, and I admire you so much as
Thank
well. And I
you.
love, the work you're doing. I know you invited me this show as your guest, but kudos to you also. So you're doing amazing work, and yeah, amazing, amazing. I'm a
Thank
big fan.
you.
I've always made you know that I'm a big fan of your work. Yeah. So over to you.
Thank you.
Sorry, I took the microphone for you.
No, thanks for giving it back to me.
Okay.
So, your audacity,
Mhm.
your your confidence, your boldness, your essence, because I suppose that for you to have remained consistent. So what I see with your brand is you have not changed your vision. It just keeps getting expanded, right? There are different expressions of it, but the goal
Exactly.
has always been to help people to, to share happiness, to put people in a better state of mind and all that. So I'd really love to know, have you always lived this way? Have you always been this person? Have you always lived very have you always been very aware of your essence, your
Mm,
worth,
mm,
your have you always
mm,
lived authentic? I'm just trying to use different synonyms or paraphrase
mm.
it.
That's
Or
it's a very
if
interesting question. Yeah.
if you've always been very aware of who you are and how you want to take life, I'd really love to know about your background, your childhood, because I
Mm,
mean that's where it will have started. But if at some point you came to the moment of realization, I really want to know more about that period when you got to say, okay, this is who I am, this is what I want to be, this is the identity I'm adopting, or this is the person I want to manifest from now onwards.
mm. That's a very, very interesting question. And come to think of it, I've been to a lot of shows, a lot of conferences, but I haven't really been asked this question in this way. And that's why I haven't provided this answer that I'm providing publicly right now. That the answer I'm about to give you, I haven't given it. I don't even think I've even written about it in all of my posts all over the years, but it's something that I have in my journal. To answer the question, I would say from childhood, like you said, it starts from childhood. From childhood, I've always been. My mother said I started speaking when I was 1 year old. A year, like some my siblings start speaking close to 2 years. A year, ten
Yeah.
months, 2 years. That's when they start speaking well. But she said a year, 2 months, I was speaking in mutual intelligence. That is words that you can actually understand. And I started school
Wow.
really early. 1 year, 3 months, I was already in school. So I've always been this child who was outspoken. When I grew up, she said at 2 years old, you will say something and it will be at like if an adult said it, you know. So I've always been very expressive from childhood, very loud. In fact, I used to get beats for being expressive, for being loud, all my siblings. I'm the one that will talk it the way it is. I will break
Okay.
that thing that they are not talking. I will talk it. If there is salt in the food, there is salt in this food. I'm 2 years old. There's too much salt in this food. Shut up. What do you mean there's salt in this food? So I've always been an outspoken uh, kid and boy, and it's also something I've that's transitioned into my adulthood. I've always gone out and about my dreams, my vision. When I
Yeah.
feel something in my heart and I know that it resonates deeply with me, and I know that it's something that I'm called to do, I know that I am passionate to do it. I will talk it, even if it sounds crazy to people. I
Fuck
will talk it, and
it.
not only talk it, I will start doing it. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's that. But then I also believe that there's levels to awareness. Um, a child, even though I started being outspoken at an early age, but there is always levels. There will be a stage in your life, maybe something will happen, you become
Yeah.
more aware, you make more decisions. I always knew growing up that I wanted to be something, maybe at that point, I wanted to maybe do law or do this, or I just wanted to make something out of my life to help my family. But the more you
Yeah.
now start going towards your dream, of course, there will be obstacles, there will be huge obstacles, but the more you surmount them, the more confident you become, the more you now have a clear direction. The direction I have this year is different from the direction I had 5 years ago, but it's still the same cardinal point. If I'm going north, I'm still going north, but now I have more awareness, and those things come to you through experience, through some of the things you go through will now form some of the this will now help you make the decisions you make to become what you are. So I wouldn't say like I said, I've always been outspoken, somebody who shares his vision, somebody who says,
Yeah.
lives his truth and talks his truth and speaks his truth. But then it takes, as you move along in life and you have experiences, some really bitter experiences, some nice, it helps you to now form this. And to give you the answer that I've never given anyone else, I think it was when I was 15 or so that I wrote down in my diary and I said, God, I want you to make me an instrument of your light to my family and to the world. Because I
Oh,
lost my father when I was young. I watched my mother suffer to raise us. So, as a young man, the number one thing you will want to is to stop, your mother from suffering and stop your family from suffering. So I said, God, I want you to make me an instrument of your light. This is what I just said. Then 3 years later, when I was in servitude, I said, God, I know I'm in business and I know I will touch money and I know I will be, a rich man. But I know that it was a kind of like a deal with God. I want you to make me rich so that I can help people. I don't care about having the flashiest car or riding the flashiest private jet. I will have these things, but I want you to give me enough money that will help me to help people. There is this billionaire, Chukwuma or something. He gave away 99% of he was a billionaire. He gave away most of his wealth, and helped use it to build homes for people, train people in school. He gave away, do you know what it means to go from being a billionaire in dollars to just, give away most of that wealth and live on like $1 million, $2, $3 million? He lives in a normal house, takes economy, aircraft, and, he just lives a very simple life, even though he touched billions of dollars. And I said, I want to be like that man. As long as I have a good house, have good wife, have good children, have a normal house, a normal life, I don't mind sharing billions and helping people, blessing life.
yeah.
So that is, so stages. I just wanted to help my family. Now I want to help. I've been able to help down my family. Now I want to help the world. So I made a deal with God. Help me find my essence. Help me do what I'm supposed to do in this world and make value, give value, make value from it so that I can be a blessing to lives out there. And I believe that God is answering that prayer because He's been helping me on the path to making that dream a reality. Yeah.
Oh,
I beg. Don't
that was
make me
really
emotional.
beautiful. That was really beautiful. Really beautiful. I always like listening to you. Always, because there's always something. It's fun listening to you, but it's always reflective for me too, listening to you. Thank you for being. Thank you for loving. You have so much love in your heart and it is almost tangible. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you, Naza. I really appreciate that.
So the next question that I have is, when do you feel most connected to your essence?
Hmm. When I when I do, when I go out there and I do and I live and I be, I'm somebody who doesn't have the patience to be, and it puts me in trouble sometimes because this is a world where people don't like to be authentic. I am from
Yeah.
Anambra. I will own my Anambraness. Even though I know how to speak like, I can speak like the Americans. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
I
But at the
do.
same
I
time,
do.
at the same time, I own my. If it wasn't that we are on a show that required us to speak English, now I will switch to start speaking on the Igbo. So I just love being authentic, um, just being myself. And whenever I'm
Yeah.
doing something that is at the core, I don't like selling my soul for money or for anything. Whenever I do something that is at the core of who I am, I feel connected to my essence. I know that, like, when I do Happy Vibe, I help people to reconcile their relationships. I help make other people happy through my vibes. Or when I'm with the microphone on stage, lighting people up, making the crowd happy. Or when I'm doing, say, events that help people with their mental health, help people to relieve stress and all of those things, it helps me connect to my essence. And like I said, it's not even, most times it's not about money for me. My real calling in this world is not to make. Of course, money is important. I'm an Igbo man.
Money
I
is
love money. You
important.
know what I'm saying? Money is
And that
important
money
to
will
keep.
make.
Yeah, yeah, we'll make that money.
Yeah.
But I am all about giving value. So whenever I can give value to people with, the skills that I've been able to accumulate, the talents and the skills that I have, I feel most connected to my excellence. Yeah, and is a great sort of source of joy to me, not just happiness, but joy whenever I am in my essence. Yeah,
I'm taking notes. Thank you
very
for
nice, very
that.
nice. Mhm.
Okay, we are on social media. There are levels to, just like you said, there are levels to awareness, but there are
Yes.
also levels to intentionality.
Mhm.
I personally have moved from talking to people who don't even have any reason for being online. They're just there to catch crews. I've moved from
Mhm.
talking to those people to addressing the people who are online to gain value but are going about it the wrong way. Because even though your intentions are good, you can actually be making wrong moves, right? So by that I mean, you see people who, let's say, they see you are doing amazing, and they follow you,
Mhm.
and they consume your content, they follow the things that you do, then they follow you to the point where they lose themselves and they don't even realize it. All their desires, everything that they want to do is you. They have not taken any time to, they don't take time anymore to even find out exactly how does, okay, I love what this person is doing, but how can I fine tune or adopt his principles into my own life in a way that it will be authentic to me? But all they know is that you wear red tie, they want to wear red tie. You wear black shoe, they want to wear black shoe, and they don't even realize that they are copying, like they are imitating you so much. All they know is that you just inspire me. You just inspire me. And then you see people who are following several other people, you know, um, and then you see content creators, they're creating the same kinds of content. It's almost the same storyline. It's like everything is reeking of inauthenticity because they feel like this is what works. This is what is sophisticated. This is what is good, you know. So, how do people balance the demands of being on this digital landscape and staying true to themselves? How do people achieve that balance? Because it's a very thin line between imitation and inspiration. How do people make, find that balance?
Well, you have to understand that society, the way society works now, sometimes it punishes people for being authentic, you know.
Yeah.
So some people are really scared of falling out of line. There's a saying in Igbo which I don't really like, that my own is different is not a good thing. Of course, if other people are having good things, I should also have good things. No,
It
don't be
depends on
prefer bad
context.
things. Yeah, in context. But then I actually want my own to be different. In fact, I want my reputation. Before I even get on that call, people already know that Chuchu is coming. Chuchu the crazy man. Chuchu the sorry. Chuchu the is bringing a different vibe. He's coming. I don't want
Yeah.
to be regular. I don't want to be. I mean, Chinaza, you do what you do and you're amazing at what you do. But I also want to have my own flavor. Now, how can people do that? First of all, you have to first of all love yourself. If you don't love yourself, you can't be bold enough to put that self that you don't love out there. I used to dress funny, I'm rebranding myself, but when I come to my church, everybody's dressing. I wear my red Igbo cap, wear agbada on it, wear bead. I don't care, it's my style.
Yeah.
And people start loving you for that style. But if you think, people are looking at me weird, because when I started dressing that way, some people were looking at me like, who's this man that is pushing his Igbo-ness in our face like that?
Yeah.
I don't care. So you have to love yourself. When you love yourself, then other people can love you. And if you love yourself, you want to put that self you love out there authentically. You don't automatically become seen as a favor, because I know that maybe when you started putting yourself out there, you weren't so bold, maybe some people will comment and it will affect you. But now you've gotten to a place
Mm-hmm.
where I don't care if you like my content. If you don't like
Yeah.
my content, I'm going to speak my truth anyway.
Yeah.
So my advice to people is start. You don't have to imitate someone else. There's something that you are unique, right? There's nobody exactly like you. Even if you are a twin, your twin is still not you. You vibrate on a
Yeah.
different frequency. You have something special about you. You might be interested in music. Your twin is interested in art. So we are all different people, and there's something unique about you. And the funny thing is that when you own your essence, when you own your authenticity, that's when people will love you. If I see Chinaza and I want to copy Chinaza and be like Chinaza, people will see me and say, ah, you look like Chinaza.
You
You
look
act like Chinaza.
exactly.
You talk like Chinaza.
Exactly.
But if people see me, I'm one of one. You act like Chukwuma. Yes, I might be inspired by Chinaza. Yes, I might be inspired by my friend Tunde Onokoya. Yes, I might be inspired by Trevor Noah and Dave Chappelle and all these comedians that I like. Well, I might
Yeah.
just borrow maybe a leaf from them, inspiration. But I have my own authentic self that they will be like, ah, you are acting like Chuchu of Happy Vibes. So you have to start boldly. When I started becoming this guy, I was a houseboy in the market. I was somebody's houseboy, but I was authentically showing up as myself. I didn't care. Some people thought I was a clown. Some people thought it was funny. I will write funny stuff. I will post on Facebook. When our dog died, I did a burial for the dog. I posted pictures of people who are like, this guy, you are crazy. This guy, you are. I don't, it's okay. Think I'm crazy, but I am own. Before
It's
you know it,
okay.
it's okay. You just own
Yeah.
your authenticity. Of course, don't overdo. Don't go and be naked and say, I'm authentic. Don't go the other side. Just something that you know that is decent, is within the purview of decency. Just as long as you're not hurting other people, do your thing, be authentic, and people would gravitate. Your people, not everybody, but your people will gravitate towards you and be like, we love what this guy is doing, we love his brand, and we want to
Yeah.
support. So be bold,
Yeah.
love yourself, and then be bold about showing that self. But once you love yourself, the boldness to show that yourself will naturally come. So love yourself from the inside, be bold about showing yourself, and then don't focus on what they are doing. This is a simple statement I had from somebody on Facebook that really helped me. Don't focus on what they are doing. They might be doing, like Tunde Onakoya is doing chess and it's working for him. He just broke a record.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean tomorrow now I will jump and want to
You
do.
got that.
It doesn't mean go and do chess. I might do my own in my own way, but it doesn't mean that I will do exactly what. So don't focus on what
Yeah.
Chinaza Favor is doing so much. Focus on also what can you do that is aligned with you, your essence, because your essence might not be Chinaza
Yes.
Favor's essence. If you can
Yes.
focus on what you can do for yourself to that works for you, you will find out, you find your way.
Wow. Wow. I love that part, the starting point. Love yourself. Love yourself. A lot of us don't love ourselves. We don't we don't see the value in ourselves. And of course, that can stem from a lot of things, which we're not going to be discussing now. But whatever work you need to do in yourself, on yourself, love yourself, because only then can you show up authentically and not be intimidated by the authentic expression of another person. I love that starting point. Thank you so much, Chuchu. I hope I'm okay. It's okay to call you Chuchu here.
Oh, sure, sure, sure. That's what I'm saying. It's okay.
Okay. Okay. So, what values have shaped your essence, and how do they guide your decision making and the way you show up?
Hmm, hmm. Okay. That I, one of the values that I hold so dear is integrity. Um, integrity, integrity. Even from when I was doing business in a market, I am somebody that my word is my bond. If I tell you I will pay you, I'll bring your money. If I take credit from your shop, I'll bring your money by evening or tomorrow. I'll bring it. You know, my word is my bond. So that's that integrity. Nobody would say in the market, ah, this guy is a liar. He takes goods and doesn't pay. You know, if he says he's going to pay you, he will pay you. Even if he doesn't have the cash, just know that he will go and he will come back. He will bring your money. And that's
Mm-hmm.
once you build integrity, it makes more people, trust you. It brings trust. to you. You can go into somewhere and say, give me 1 million naira worth of something, and they will give you because they know you are somebody
Yes.
who has built integrity. And then, even
Mm.
in Happy Vibe, I try my best to maintain integrity. I do not collect money from people and do not deliver the service. And if for one reason or the other we don't deliver your service, we give you a refund that we agreed on, or we pay you your whole money back. On Facebook, I try to also maintain integrity. There's nobody, I've never had anybody come online to say I robbed them or cheated them or did this or that. I try to, as much as possible, that whenever I do something with anyone, I do right by them. So that thing came from having a mother that had integrity, and having a lot of
Mm.
Christian. I grew up in a Christian home and I went to church a lot. I mean, watching a lot of people who did honest work, electricians, plumbers, honest businessmen. They are not the richest, but they are honest people who are not,
Yeah.
I didn't have Yahoo boy influence on me, people who steal or rob other people just to make quick money and buy Benz and all of that. So it shaped my
Yeah.
this thing. And even when I did business, so it's one of the things that helped to shape me into who I was. Whatever I do, whatever business I do, I try as much as possible to maintain integrity. Something happened 2 days ago that tested that integrity. We are in Tinubu economy, and everybody needs money. So I also sell lands. I do real estate on the side. But I just want to share this story. Somebody called me and said, "Bro, I am so pleased. I want to buy land where you are, but I can't come around. But I trust you. Again, trust. I trust you. I'm going to pay for the plot of land." He saw what I posted and he paid outrightly. Now the land had increased in price, so I thought the increase in price was just for the land. I didn't know that the company also added some fees, documentation fees and all of that. So
Okay.
the young man asked me, will I pay these extra fees? And we are talking about hundreds of thousands of naira. And I told him, yes, you have to pay it after you buy the land. He said, okay, let me buy the land, later I'll pay the fees. So the company now sent the receipt and was saying, now told me, oh, what he paid for everything. He has paid for the land and the receipt. And
Yeah.
I am supposed to get something like a commission from the company for the sales, And it was quite tempting because I could have said, you know what? He said he would still pay extra fees, give me the money. But I had to call him
Yeah.
back and say, my brother, this thing I told you, that thing you are worried about paying, you have actually paid for it. So don't worry about it anymore. That could have made me a lot of money. But I said, don't worry. And he
Yeah.
was really grateful. Again, integrity. You might not make all the money in the world immediately, but if you are somebody who builds integrity, who builds, trust with people, who your word is your bond, eventually, that trust people have in you will translate to wealth, finances, blessings. It will bring you a lot of good because you've been able to make it. So one of the things at the core of my essence is, having a brand, having a personal integrity and then brand integrity. So I think in summary, integrity,
Yes. In
integrity. Yeah.
summary, that's really beautiful because it's also one of my values. I don't joke with it. I remember when somebody, I don't do much influencing. I rarely do. But at some point, somebody reached out to me. There's this social media that they wanted to promote, and we agreed on how much they were going to pay, and they paid, right? And
Mm,
now, and he paid and told me they don't need the advertisements immediately; that they will be needing it month end. I said
mhm.
okay. So he paid. I needed money. Hey, he paid. I used the money to solve an issue immediately. So when it got to the time when they wanted me to make the posts, I looked at my reach on Facebook and I knew that if I make this post, the conversion will be very low, you know. Of course, somebody will look at the number and say, how many followers do I have? Close
Mm,
to 80 something thousand. So they'll look at the numbers and they'll be like, I have the numbers now. Even if it converts, it doesn't matter. But I'm the one who sees the back end. I'm the one who knows how much people I used to be able to reach and how many people I could still reach at that point. So I I sent him a message. I said, I'm so sorry. These are my numbers, right? If I make this post, I know what you're expecting me to deliver. And it will be justified because I would have posted, but I know it will not convert. So what I'm going to do is you give me 2 days. I'll send the money back so that you can invest maybe in another influencer or maybe run ads to the platform. You know, he could not believe it. True, true. You know, I thought my account upside down like this and shook it.
There's no money.
I
No
said,
money.
thankfully, I had enough just to pay. You know, from my 3 accounts, I was able to gather
Gotta
everything,
know.
and just paid, and I had peace. You know, I would have
Peace,
made that
peace.
post, and yes, that piece is very important because I would not have forgiven myself knowing that they will not be getting what they wanted. You know, if it were to be at the point where they made the payment, of course, it would have been easy. You know, so that integrity, I think we are not really paying attention to it. If you do that thing and you don't have peace in your heart, I don't think it is worth it. Peace is too
Nah.
costly to be taken away, no matter the deal. You know, so it's really beautiful to also hear your story too. Thank you so much for being, I keep saying that, thank you for being amazing. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, um let's talk about the price and the reward, or let me say the advantages and disadvantages of being authentic. So for someone who is not authentic, what is it going to cost them? What are the things that they are going to get themselves into? And for somebody who adopts authenticity, what is the reward or the price for authenticity?
Okay. This is something that I've watched play out a lot in life. I've seen it, around because I live on. I live in one of the most materialistic places in the world. Actually, Lagos, Nigeria, is one of the most materialistic places. Then the island is
The
where
island,
everybody looks.
hey.
The island again is where everybody looks at you at what watch are you wearing, what chain are you wearing, what
Yeah.
car are you riding, and all of that. I've had people maybe not want to associate with me because I didn't have some material things without checking what this guy had inside. So when you now start
Yeah.
manifesting that you also have, people that know people, or you do one big event that has 2,000 people come, then they start coming back
Yeah.
again. So I personally do not like inauthentic people. They really, I try as much as possible to stay away from them because inauthentic people they are fake people. They do things
Yeah.
for what they will gain. They are trying to put up a facade, a perception to create an image. I don't like people who do things for an image, right? I don't. Again, it goes back to my childhood. I was raised in a house where my mother is as real as you can get. She will tell you she's very authentic, whether you like her or not. She will tell you as it is. So I also, you know, learn from that, and it's been my guiding principle. At some point, like when I came to the island, I started going to join the church community. At some point, you feel the pressure to try to, fake it till you make it a bit.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I had to sit myself down and ask myself a question. I know you are amongst rich kids. I know you are where big people are. But is this who you really are? And once you start playing a character, you have to keep playing that character.
Yes. Yes.
And characters are very heavy to imagine somebody that is drinking Gary coming outside to buy drink that that outside they're selling it 400, but you go to a club and you are trying to impress people and you buy drink one bottle 50,000,
Oh
whereas
my god.
at home nothing there. You are in there. You use the money they gave you to impress people who don't even like you. So the
Yeah.
disadvantage of being inauthentic is you spend money you don't have to impress people who don't even like you. right?
Mm-hmm.
And you will not have peace. And then you find yourself doing things you don't want to do. You might not really be a bad person, but because you have an image to maintain, you will now find yourself doing things that you don't want to do, just so that you can
Yeah.
maintain a certain image. But if you're authentic, authenticity, to be honest with you, might not get you a lot of likes initially, might not get you a lot of
Yes.
friends, it might even make you feel a bit ostracized. To be honest with you, it's not easy being authentic. Some
Yeah.
people will be like, this girl, she's overdoing this thing. This guy, be like person with a colo. But every genius was considered a mad person at some point. Because if you do it like everybody does it, you get the same
Yes.
result. But if you want to do something different, you have to start out with a little bit of madness. So being authentic is saying, I won't do this thing like society does it, because society is built in a way you have to do what society does so that society will accept you and help you, right? But if you say I'll do it a little bit different, some people will be like, no, really, they don't want to associate with you. So that's the pain, the price of being authentic, is that you might not get all the love immediately. You might not get likes. You might not get people paying you, but you have peace. And if you maintain your authenticity for long enough, you will now start attracting your own people, your tribe, people you don't
Yeah.
have to impress, people you don't have to think
Yes.
to
To
be
prove any
around.
point too.
Yeah. You don't have any
Yes.
point. Like me, I don't have any point to prove to you. If I
Yeah.
buy, so I'm not posting anything online to impress. I do my things low key. If you want to like me for me. If you don't want to like me, that's your business. But I know people
Yeah.
who, they don't have the money. They are borrowing the money to impress, they are in debt. And that is why people who control them, we now tell them, do this, do that. They are not thieves, but because they have a lifestyle to maintain, they now start
Mm.
stealing. So that's
Mm.
the disadvantage of being authentic. But if you know that this is what you are called to do, and this is how you do it, and you're not trying to impress people, it's your calling with you and God, then you don't need to impress people, and that is true freedom. It's a freedom I enjoy. I am not trying to impress you. You want to like me, like me. Of course, I will do what will bring value to people, but I'm not doing it for you to like me. And again, I don't even
Yeah.
want to cultivate. I even want people around me to also be themselves, to be authentic. That is why I don't cultivate a cult followership. If I see that you are
Yes.
beginning to like me too much, that you are over indulging what I'm
You're
doing, I will
becoming
even start
obsessed.
obsessed. I will even start giving you a bit of space so that you can find yourself, so that you don't wear
Yeah.
my own personality, as wear it on yourself. So yeah, that's the price. And the advantage of being authentic is you have inner peace. You get to do what you get to, and you get to attract genuine people who are also authentic. There might not be a lot, but you attract them. But then the price of
Mm.
being inauthentic is that you have to live a life where you don't have peace, and you have to impress people who don't even like you, and you'll be running when nobody's chasing you. That's it. Yeah. How I'm funny you.
Ah, God of mercy. Yeah, so ịma ihe a na-ekwu n'Igbo, ọkụkọ onyụọ ara na-achụbe ọsọ.
Actually, also you start running. Who is chasing you? You are chasing yourself. Why are you running?
Why
Why
are
are you
you
running? You
running?
know what I mean? Why are you running? Hey, why are you running, Chinaza?
I stand Gidigba.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Has this been useful, impactful, guys? Let me know in the comments. Has this been valuable? Has this been worth your time so far? Let me know in the comments who is still with us. Thank you so much, Chuchu. Before I ask the last question that I have to remind everyone watching that the Essence Conference Lagos is happening on the 1st of June. On the 1st of June, guys, we're just a month away. After May, it's June. So it's not even second week, or it is 1st of June. So we only have May to get this done. So, and we are gearing up. We are, securing partnerships. We are trying to get you the best speakers. Don't worry. When our speakers are revealed, you will see what I'm talking about. But for now, some of you have started taking your slots, which is really beautiful. I admire that. And from now till the 30th of April, you have the early bird discounts to take advantage of. All right. We have two tickets. The first one is the premium ticket, which is just 10,000 naira for the early bird discount. After 30th of April, it becomes 15,000 naira. So you want to get in now. This gives you access to all the conference sessions, all the conference materials, the book that will be shared there, and even event recordings. Okay, just for 10,000 naira. For context, the book that you'll be getting is 10,000 naira on its own. So just so you know. But after 30th of April, it becomes 15,000 naira. So get your tickets now. The second ticket is the gold ticket, which is for the exclusive Essence Boot Camp with Mr. Chukwuma and I. All right, for a whole day, we'll be holding your hand. It is practical. When I mean practical hands-on sessions that are guaranteed to take you from not knowing to being fully aware, from confusion to clarity. All right, this is not even this is I'm not capping here. If you know Mr. Gochku, you know. If you've been to any of my trainings, you know, right? So this is just 50,000 naira, but for the early bird discounts, you get 45,000 naira. Okay, you get it for 45,000 naira. You also get priority seating at the event, just behind the speakers. Okay, then if you are a group of 5 and above, you can get your ticket, but you will also be getting 10% off the total registration ticket. Okay, send us an email at where's the group ticket again? Send us an email at essence.chinazafo.com, or you can send us an email at tickets.essence at gmail.com. We will attend to you. Just tell us how many people you are for a group of 5 and above, and we will sort out your payments and your discounts. Okay? So, where do you make your payment to? You make your payments into the details showing here on your screen. Gemsport Solutions, Wema Bank. That's the account number, and you send your proof of payment to tickets.essence at gmail.com. Okay, that is basically it. Lagos on the 1st of June. You don't want to miss this. If you are anywhere around Lagos, if you're in Nigeria, some people have told me that they are making plans to come from Owerri, from Enugu, from Calabar. So you have no excuse not to be there, right? This is not one of those to aspire conferences. Mm-mm. This one is where you'll be. You will see people who are living the work, the talk, right? And they're not going to be telling you what they found on Google or just the generic motivational. Nobody's coming there to motivate you. They are coming there to show you, to give you the blueprints that are going to help you to live authentically and profit also from your essence. All right. So back to my guest. Choo choo,
Why, man?
you've done a lot already and it's admirable. I'd really want to know, what legacy do you want to leave as a result of you staying true to your essence?
Hmm, hmm. It's quite simple. The guy who sold as much happiness as he could sell, but not like sell for money, but the guy who exported as much happiness and joy as he could. Um, I have something on my vision board where I say to myself every morning, I am a happy vibe. I am the happy vibe. I give joy through my companies. I give hope through my stories, my testimonies. I give jobs through my brands and companies. The things I want to do. I just want to be someone who gives people value. via jobs, via things that can help them deal with their mental health. Anything that is the motto of Happy Vibe is the Uber of happiness. So anything that is going to make people have happiness and joy in their lives, I am there. So at the end of the day, if people ask, did this guy make enough people happy? Did this guy share happiness to enough people while he was alive? And people say yes, I'm good. I'm good. So the guy who sold as much
Wow.
happiness as he could. Yeah.
That's even more admirable. And you're already on it. So I have one more question. And this is a
Yeah.
question that is not on the questions I sent to you because it's intentional.
Mm.
The, the we have a tradition here. We ask the previous guests to we ask the guests that we are having to leave a question for the next guest without knowing whom the person is.
Mm.
So our previous guest left a question for you. And before
Wow.
you go, you will leave a question for our next guest. You don't know who the person is,
Okay.
so that makes it even more interesting. So her question was, what is that thing that you fundamentally thought was true, but eventually had to change your mind about it? Should I take it again?
I know I get the question, but I'm like I'm beginning to think what comes to mind that I really thought was true, but then um maybe I used to believe, okay, yeah, I used to believe in the good in everyone, right? I believe that everyone was good and that they just had maybe one bad attitude or the other. But after some people did me shege, and I began to say, okay, some people might be bad too, and you should avoid them. So yeah, I'm not saying that all people are bad, no, but I think I've changed my mind to from everybody's good. They just have a few bad traits too. Some people are good,
Some people are
some
just
people
bad.
are bad. Just know how to avoid the ones that are bad and then stick with the ones that are good. So I think that's why
Yeah.
I've changed my mind to balance it up. Yeah.
I can only imagine
So
how many
imagine.
shocks, how many shocks you will have gotten to decide. Okay, this is not a one-off event.
Nah. There are people who always go in with their hearts on their sleeves and oh,
Yeah,
everybody is good, kumbaya, the world is beautiful, la la la. Let me tell you, life is of paradise. You will chop stone. You that is watching me there,
actually.
people will do you. You know what I'm saying? But then don't
Yeah,
let whatever people do to you change who you are. Just protect yourself. Know that people will always be people. Keep loving. Don't change. People are wicked. This person do me. This person do me. Just keep loving. Keep showing up. But then be careful where you now invest your efforts or your heart or whatever. So yeah.
yeah. Woo!
Weird answer, but
Not weird. I share same sentiments too.
mm,
Someone like me that advocates for humanity.
mm,
Like, I'm a very big advocate. Like, there is humanity is good. Why is it that when we say we are human, it's always the negative, that humanity, being human, is beautiful, is this and that. So I also believed in the good in everyone,
mm,
but I'm
mm.
I'm getting to see now that it's not black and white.
Yeah, it's not black and white. There are gray areas. Yeah,
There are gray areas. Yeah, this has been beautiful, Chuchu. Thank you so much
yeah.
for
I really enjoyed
joining.
this. Like, even though we are going to talk after this thing, but I actually enjoyed it. It's been over. I think the last time I was live was with you last year. You
Are
know,
you serious?
I think I don't know the last time I was on a live. I think it was with you last when we had the interview we had for
Yeah.
Happy Vibe. Yeah, I think that was the last time. So you've dragged me out again this year. I don't do much lives. I'm busy chasing money, But thank you. So I
Yeah.
really enjoyed this. It was fun. There are some questions you asked me here that I've actually not asked myself. I had to provide the answer on the
Oh,
spot. So thank you for
yeah.
making me think in 5G. 5G or 5D. Okay.
You can't put it on. Yeah, it's okay. Thank you so
Okay,
much. Please,
nice,
what do we
nice.
say to our speaker before he goes? What do we say to him? So before you go, I don't want to miss this. What question would you like our next
When is
guest to
your wedding
answer?
date? Next guess. When is your wedding day? Are you
What if
going
the
to invite
person
us
is
to come and eat
married?
rice? I don't know. When okay.
Your people
If
are
the
already
person is
here.
married, hold on. If the person is married, when are they going to do child dedication? If they have finished burning children, when is their daughter going to do marriage so that we can come and eat rice? The question has to be, when are we eating rice on the person head?
True, true.
When are we celebrating? Okay, just as a person, what is the next celebration you have, and are you going to invite us? Make I know to say that one makes sense, but
It wants to make sense, but I don't know if it totally makes sense.
when is that's my own third person. The person before there was a very funny person. I likes fun. If they were expecting after you ask serious question, let my own come as a joke.
Oh God. What if it is a celebration they don't want to let the public in on?
uh, okay. Shall I ask them now? That's why it's fun now because it has that element of you don't know the answer the person will give. You know that surprise. That let's know whether the person will answer or not.
I'm tired of you,
You
but I
cannot
cannot
be
be
tired
tired
of
of you.
me. You can never be
Absolutely.
tired of me.
Thank you, Choo Choo. This has been
All right.
wholesome. This has been like you see now. I loved the way you approached all the questions. Your responses were genuine, authentic, and that's why you're here. Because of course, you're one of the most authentic persons I know. Thank you for being. Thank you for the love that you share, for the joy that you share. Please, how do we connect with you, and what are you doing that we can be a part of?
All right, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chukwuma Eze. You can find me on Facebook, Chukwuma Gemdeconq Eze, across platforms as well, Chukwuma Eze, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok, what have you. We're doing Afro Optimism again. It's going to be happening in June as well, but after your event, we're going to be
Awesome.
having a week, 2 weeks after, we're going to be having Afro Optimism on Democracy Day. So you after going to the Essence conference, we will meet at the Essence conference, ladies and gentlemen. So after we meet there, we will now rendezvous at my own event. So I'm going to be having a physical event in Lagos as well on the island. If you people are around, you can come around as well. So very soon the flyers will be out and you can be able to get tickets. So yeah, thank you so much for having me, Naza. I really appreciate and I had a lot of fun
Thank you.
on this live.
Thank you. Thank you. Let me let you go. Okay.
All
What, are,
right.
what are we saying to him? I can't see your comments, guys. Someone saying thank you so much. Sophia says thank you so
Hi,
much.
Sophia. I know Sophia.
Oh, you do?
Hi, Karim.
Awesome.
Yeah, I know.
That was lit. I agree. I agree. It was all shades of wholesome. That's the word I can only find. Wholesome. Thank you. Oneness Uju says,
You're welcome.
thank you so much, Mr. Chukwumeze, for the value you released. Thank you. Let me let you
You're
go,
welcome,
okay?
Monet. All
So
right.
I can
All
have
right.
a little tete-a-tete with my
All
people.
right.
Good
Bye.
night. Yeah. I'll talk to you
Bye. Bye.
backstage. Yeah.
All right. Bye.
Yeah. Wow, that was beautiful if you agree. Right? That was Chukwuma is somebody that I really, really admire. I love his thought processes. Every time I bring him on, every time I have conversations with him, it's just always beautiful. I can't get enough of my conversations with him. And every single time, this is who he is. Every time you meet him, anywhere you see him, he's sharing happy vibes actually. He's sharing the name of his company, not as a card, but it's a vibe. He carries happiness as a vibe, and he shares it everywhere he goes so effortlessly. His life of the party, you can't be sad beside him and all that. It's just so beautiful. to see, so wholesome to see someone really doing this. I have also that vision, but he is more on the extroverted side. You know, China's people is more more introverted. But when I see people who are very audacious with that goal, I admire it because it's not like the general personal development niche, or make money niche and all that. No, this is intentionality. I'm not saying that making money and being given to personal development is not good, but you know what I'm talking about. It can get choking when we're always hearing aspire to perspire. This one is just come and unwind. I missed the Afro Optimism in April, in February. I cannot miss this one coming in June. You all should plan to be there. Okay. So thank you everyone for being here. Just as a final reminder, and to everybody watching the replay, you are so loved and appreciated. I cannot stop saying this. You guys have a different level of grace that I do not have. You that watch replays and watch to the end. I celebrate you. Thank you. So, as a final reminder, Essence Conference Lagos. My joy knows no bound because of the value that we have planned for you. Don't worry, when you see our speakers, you'll understand what I'm talking about. But I want to also celebrate those of you who have even been paying for your tickets without seeing any speaker, just because you trust that Chin as a favor can only bring value, right? Thank you for trusting me and for keying in. Thank you for securing yourself, for taking yourself so seriously that you secured your slot to the Essence conference. You will not go back the same way you came. That is a promise I'm making to you, right? If you don't get value, it's a money back guarantee from me. Okay, one person, one speaker alone, you have gotten all the value that you paid for, even though it has nothing even to do with the money you are paying, right? So, Essence Conference Lagos is coming up in less than 2 months, just a little over 1 month, on the 1st of June in Ikeja, Lagos. Ikeja, Lagos. The venue will be communicated soon, but just know that we are having the conference in Ikeja, Lagos, or Lagos mainland in particular. All right. Once the venue is available, we are going to bring that out for you to see. So we have just two ticket tiers. The first one is the premium ticket, which I already talked about earlier. The premium ticket gives you access to the conference in person, gives you access to conference material, gives you access to, get a copy of my book, Dear Young One, which is 10,000 naira on its own, right? Then you get access to event recordings. After the event, the recordings, you'll be given access to where the recordings are hosted for 10,000 naira only. Just for this month of April. Once April is over, the ticket prices go back to 15,000 naira or gets increased at the slightest. But you're not going to be paying 10,000 naira from the 1st of May. So if you want to get in now, get in now. It can only get bigger and better. Then we have the gold ticket, which is the boot camp, the exclusive Essence boot camp. This gives you access to the boot camp, but if you pay for the boot camp, you get automatic access to the conference and you get priority sitting at the conference. Okay? At the boot camp, Mr. Chukwuma Gemdeconq and I will be holding your hands to take you from I don't know to I now know. From I'm so confused to I now have clarity. I did not know who I am to I'm fully aware of who I am, right? Um, you will see your creativity take a different turn because you will now be creating from a place of awareness. You'll be showing up from a place of deep awareness and understanding of who you are. From the conference itself, the work will start, but it will be finalized and sealed and completed at the Essence Bootcamp. So if this interests you, which I suppose it should interest you, get your ticket, all right, to the Essence conference. Get the gold ticket. That is it there. It's 50,000 naira. But For the early bird, you can get it for 45,000 naira. Then, if you're a group of five and above, you can get discount 10% off your total registration fee if you're a group of five and above. Just send us an email at essence@chinazafavor.com, or Chinazafavor is with a U. The favor is with you, okay? Chinazafavor.com, essence@chinazafavor.com, or essence etiquette.essence@gmail.com, and tell us that. Or you can send us a DM and tell us you are a group and you want to pay. You let us know what details, what packages you're going for, and they will give you 10% off your total registration fee. I mean, why go alone when you can go with a group, right? So you can get your friends and get them to join. I mean, if you are the only one who is gaining from this, I don't know what kind of friend you are. If there's an opportunity like this and you're not sharing with your friend, your friendship has to be, needs to be questioned. But it's going to be awesome. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be, everyone who comes is going to go back with testimony. I'm guaranteeing that. Okay. Then tomorrow, get ready for the big news. We'll be revealing, we'll be doing so many unveilings this coming week, and I'm already excited for it. So excited. And also, if you'd like to sponsor us, um, please let us know. Okay, you can go to chinazafo.com/sponsorship to view all our sponsorship packages. Okay, we cannot wait to work with you. All that you stand to gain from being a sponsor are all laid out on the sponsorship packages. We cannot wait to work with you. All right. Thank you everyone for staying put, for still being here. I appreciate you. I value your time. I tried not to overstretch this even up to 90 minutes. So thank you for being here. I hope you have a very wonderful night's rest and you have a fantastic and phenomenal week ahead. I love you. I'll see you next time, next same station, same time, same station next week. We'll be having another beautiful guest. This time it's a woman, and I cannot wait to have her on. I'll be looking forward to her session too. So I'll see you next week, same time, same station, same host. All right, with another beautiful guest. Take care and God bless. Good night.